The Prime Minister took as the cornerstone of his address that Britain should remain fully engaged as one of the 27 states which comprise the European Union. That in an era when China and India in particular among the Asian economies are gaining rapid influence, Europeans need to be ready to adapt.
I believe we must not be half-hearted but wholehearted about this vision of a global Europe for the future. Wholehearted about a vision of an open, flexible, outward-looking Europe investing in the skills of its people. And I am confident that if we put forward that vision, momentous as the challenges we are currently facing are, by making the right long-term decisions, we can meet and master them in the interests of the whole of Europe. What is clear is that at times of global economic uncertainty, we should not be throwing into question, as some would, the stability of our continuing relationship with Europe, and even putting into question, as some would do, our future membership of the European Union, that would risk trade, business and jobs. Indeed, I strongly believe that rather than retreating to the sidelines, we must remain fully engaged in Europe, pushing forward anew the reforms that are essential for Europe's and Britain's economic future. China is now decoding DNA. Bangalore in India is the preeminent global centre for software development. Competition from Asia is no longer simply in mass production manufacturing based on low skills and low technology and low wages, but will increasingly apply right across the value chain. So the new race is not to the bottom, but to the top. And because we know that Europe can't compete on low skills or low-grade products, but only in high-tech, high-skill, high-value-added goods and services, we need, as an economy, to take all the steps to become more flexible and competitive. And because the Lisbon strategy was actually written when the challenge for us was to keep up with America and preceded the rise of India and China, we now need to move faster on reform. Day by day, of course, the European Union is working to spread peace and stability beyond its borders. We're helping today to build a better future in Kosovo. We're putting pressure on the regime in Burma. We're active in making it possible for there to be a peace settlement in Darfur. We're working for a world trade deal that is in the interest of developed and developing countries alike. And the European Union, with all countries working together for a positive and common purpose, can achieve far more than individual countries working on their own. We need an international monetary fund with a renewed mandate that goes far beyond crisis management to preventing financial crisis. We need a World Bank that is not just a bank for development, but uses its very considerable resources also for environmental improvement. We need an enlarged UN Security Council that is more credible and more engaged. We need a new rapid response international commitment to assist reconstruction and stabilisation in conflict states. We should work urgently for a successful outcome in the Doha trade talks, and how much more we can achieve by the European countries coming together to press for these reforms than one or two countries working for them on their own.
The Prime Minister's speech comes a week before the debate on the ratification of the Lisbon Treaty begins in the UK Parliament. Competition in business and jobs and growth within the EU are among the key points of the treaty. At least a month of parliamentary time has been set aside to debate the details of the treaty.